Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Houston Life on this Monday, June 13th. I'm Courtney Savala.
Hi, Courtney. Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us today on Houston Life. I'm Derek Shore. Coming up on today's show, from her brand new Houston restaurant to her experience as a coach on this past season of Bravo's Top Chef, we are catching up with former Olympian and celebrity chef Dawn Burrell.
Then save money on the trip to the salon. Celebrity hairstylist Joseph Maine shares 2 easy DIY hairstyles for wedding guests, all do at home.
Very nice. And it's a great week to have a date night or some family fun in Galveston. Pleasure Pier is celebrating 10 years with discounts, events, and entertainers. Our newest Houston Life team member, Mel Camp, it looks like she's having her initiation right there. She's live with all the details.
And Lauren Kelly is catching up with a 2-time Grammy Award winner. Hey, Lauren, I know you love this one.
This is super fun, Courtney. Fans will definitely recognize Colby Calais from her many radio hits, including Bubbly, Fallen for You, and her duet Lucky with Jason Mraz. Colby is chatting with me all about hitting the road for a new tour, including a stop here in Houston next week. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you, Derek and Courtney.
Okay, very nice. Colby Calais. Love me some Colby Calais.
She has such a beautiful sound, and I cannot wait to see her.
Yeah, likewise. Hey, we have some catching up to do.
We do. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. I missed y'all on Friday. We zipped up to Washington, D.C., only a couple hours away.
Yeah.
And it had been a minute. This was the first trip. When I was 7 or 8 years old, it was the first time I had ever been on an airplane. Went with my mom and my sisters. So there's a bit of nostalgia. And then I worked as a reporter for a long time. We actually had a bureau in D.C., the company I was working for. So it was great to get back to D.C. It was D.C. Pride this weekend. There we are on the side of the Lincoln Memorial. So it was a good time. We had 4 friends who joined us from Houston to go up there. And, you know, we got some sleep. We had a few drinks. It was
fun had by all.
Yeah, we caught up with people we hadn't seen in a long time. And
I love that.
It was good. It was good to get away. And this morning it was certainly an early alarm clock when we headed to the airport.
You just came back today,
We
right?
flew back this morning, yeah.
Oh, goodness. What time did you wake up?
Well, I don't know. Planes are fast these days, so wake up that quickly.
You had a PJ, little private jet?
But I saw on your Instagram hanging out with Brooke Burke and Queen Latifah on Friday's Houston Life. That's pretty cool.
Listen, I have to tell you, Friday was definitely a pinch me moment to meet Queen Latifah, Brooke Burke. It was really great to have Houston Life on the show. They were both in town for the It's Bigger Than Me. It was a live event Friday evening. Queen Latifah was the headliner, but Brooke was there, and several other panelists were there as well to talk about obesity and to really kind of break down what that means. I think the statistic is more than 40% of Americans are living with obesity. So you let just the science speak for itself. When we talk about our own weight and BMI, the numbers or what we're showing is, you know, depending on your height and your weight, you might be obese, depending on those numbers.
The calculation, right?
So talking about empowerment, equality, all kinds of really great things. And then just to have the sit-down interview with Queen Latifah was really incredible. She's lovely. And, of course, her new movie just dropped last week as well, Hustle. She's with Adam Sandler. Connor and I actually watched that this weekend. Fantastic movie. It's a feel-good. You're rooting for Adam Sandler and Queen Latifah as well. They're a married couple in the movie. Fantastic. And so it was just really cool. And she's a big fan of Lizzo. I asked her about her playlist, current playlist. She's loving Harry Styles and, you know, and some Bob Marley because it's summer. Yeah.
Well, and she's busy too. I swear, Queen Latifah always has a TV show, always movies. My interview with Ashley Turner Captain,
so great.
Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner's daughter. It was great to actually get to meet her for the first time. I've known of her for a long time.
Yeah.
Never met her until that day. So it was great that we could have that conversation as well. And she has just such a positive attitude when it comes to dealing with the haters online. Hey, so shifting gears now, do you know yesterday was a very important day? June 12th is Loving Day. You know why it's called Loving Day?
No.
Well, because of a couple with the last name Loving. So Richard and Mildred Loving, they were married in June of 1958. A few weeks after their wedding, in the middle of the night,
Yes.
police showed up at their house with flashlights. She is Black and Native American. He is white. Police showed up with their flashlights, and they asked Richard, who is this person? And he said, this is my wife. And the police responded and said, not here, she's not. Because in Virginia, it was considered an unlawful cohabitation. Essentially, interracial marriage was illegal.
Right.
So they sued and they won. And in 1965, interracial marriage became legal. There's a whole HBO documentary about it. It is fascinating. And I think a great history lesson for all of us to remember. This was, maybe 60 years ago.
Right.
It was practically yesterday.
There's also a motion picture of their story, and I cannot remember the name of it, and I saw it, but is it?
Oh, like a scripted version?
Yes.
I haven't seen that.
Fantastic. Yes.
You know when you grow up, though, and you hear about, like, civil rights and equal
Yes.
rights, and you think, oh, in the 60s, that was so long ago.
It really
wasn't so long ago, and it's hard to believe that, like, my mom was in college when all of this was going on, you know?
Crazy.
So an incredible couple, and cool coincidence that their last name is Loving.
Absolutely, and I love this
Legends.
photo,
Isn't
by
it
the
great?
way. It's absolutely fantastic.
But can you imagine, like, having someone show up at your house in the middle of the night with a flashlight and tell you what you should or should not be doing?
It's crazy.
With your spouse?
I know. Okay, so moving on, over the weekend, was it Friday, I think, Justin Bieber, I'm a believer.
Oh, me
and,
too.
he reveals that he has this rare disorder, and he's canceled a few of his latest shows due to some facial paralysis. And at first I thought maybe this might be Bell's palsy, something like that. Well, the multi-Grammy Award winner is suffering from Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. You see, this is the video here that he posted online where he has the one side of his face facial paralysis. It affects the nerves in his face through a shingles outbreak.
So it's a virus.
It's a virus. And Bieber's post comes after he canceled a few shows in Toronto and also DC, where you just were. And as you're seeing here, he was demonstrating basically what has happened, that slight paralysis on that one side, and calling the ailment pretty serious. So, I've had friends who have had Bell's palsy. I know people.
Same.
And so I don't know anybody with this type of syndrome, but I would imagine it's time. And so I think Bell's palsy is stress related, whereas this is
a virus.
It's a virus.
Do you know how long it's supposed to last?
I don't. No.
Wow.
And shingles, can last very painful to go through, but that could last from days to weeks to months.
Yeah, it just depends on the person, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Really incredible. We're pulling for them because his wife, Hailey Bieber, suffered a TAI stroke a few months ago. So we're pulling for them. We'd love to see him back out on tour. And then some news that we saw. I saw this on Click to Houston. The country star Toby Keith, who we love so much, he was just here at Rodeo, shares that he has stomach cancer. The multi-platinum selling singer said on Twitter that he underwent surgery and received chemotherapy and radiation over the past 6 months. And he basically went on to say, so far, so good. He is an Oklahoma native. He turned 61. He will be 61 on July 8th. He says that he needs some time to breathe, recover, and relax, and hopefully he'll be out again. But as we know, during rodeo season, he surprised a bunch of fans.
Well, and he sang, didn't he?
He sang. He showed up in the 100.3, the Bulls cook-off tent.
In the tent.
Yeah, and ended up taking the stage and singing with an up-and-coming country artist. And so, man, we're pulling for you and hope to see you on the road again. And we're hoping you recover.
Well, and also it's hard to believe that he jumped on stage in that tent. This diagnosis, he already had the diagnosis.
Yes.
Maybe his treatment had started at that point. So
I know.
It just goes to show you never know what someone else is going through, right? The daily struggles that we all have.
100%.
Yeah,
Amen.
he's got a great attitude. We're pulling for you. Also, 61, what?
Hello, I
Hard to
thought
believe.
that can't be right when I saw that. I know, actually it looks amazing. Also, as we're speaking of health, we have a reminder that there is critical need for blood donations right here in our community. Your donation could help save 3 lives.
Yeah, and KPRC2 has teamed up with Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center and our corporate partner, Energy Transfer, for a summer blood drive. Today is the last day to donate by visiting several locations around town.
That's right, and here's a look of some of the locations. It's at Katy Mills, Twin Peaks off Kirby, Gallery Furniture, and Alameda Mall. For more information, you can head over to our website, clicktohouston.com/community. There you're going to find all the details. Today's the last day for this drive.
Very nice.
Up next, how Olympian turned chef Dawn Burrell became an ambassador for Houston on the latest season of Bravo's Top Chef. She's joining our H-Town Sit Down to reflect on an incredible season.
And Houston Life's newest team member, Mel Camp, is having some fun down on Galveston Island today. Mel, what have you found down there so far?
Oh my goodness, look, I got my face painted, and can you see the wind? Are you feeling jealous? The weather is so nice down here, but guys, the Pleasure Pier is celebrating 10 years, and all this week they have great deals, so you can ride the rides and eat the food, and I'm gonna do all that and more. It is coming up on Houston Live. We'll see you back here soon.
Welcome back to Houston Life. It is time now for our H-Town Sit Down.
That's right. Let's meet today's guest. She's a force on the track and in the kitchen. Former Olympian and season 18 Top Chef finalist Dawn Burrell has captured the hearts and tummies of Houstonians. She snagged her first coveted James Beard nomination for Best Chef in Texas, and soon the doors of her first restaurant will open. Dawn Burrell joins us for our H-Town Sit Down. And she is here with us today. Come on out, Chef. Here we are. Welcome back. It's so great to see you.
Good to see you guys.
We've seen you now how many times? 3 or 4 times in person on Houston Life. And when you mentioned that you would be appearing on this season of Top Chef, girl, you were all over this season of Top Chef. Tell us what it was like to go back.
You know what? At first it was like surreal. Like I walked on set and I was like, you know,
you had the panic
like
again.
a little panic attack, you know, a little shell shock, like I ducked, and I was like, oh wait, it's not me. You know, I'm not the one competing. But you know, after I realized, you know, how like really cool it was and important it was to be there for the current chef testings, I was like, oh, you know, this is a really great place to be, and I get to see their faces. On the very first, I think it was the very first quickfire.
It was.
Yeah.
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 And it's so great that, you know, you obviously were on season 18. This one was season 19.
Yes.
What do you think being on a show like that has done for you? Professionally, personally?
Well, I mean, this show like does wonders for everyone who's involved in it. Like the exposure is unmatched, right?
Yeah.
You know, and also like just to have you dig deep in a competition like that and kind of pull things out of you that you wouldn't normally have. No one has these challenges at home or in their work life, right? You know, so it was an incredible. It was incredible to realize what I could actually do. Like, you get to know yourself a little bit more through this show. So, like, I would not trade it for the world.
Well, Dawn, there is nothing you cannot do. First of all, I feel like you're the special type of person. You are an Olympian. Now you've done Top Chef. You're opening your own restaurant. I mean, it takes a lot of hard work. And I think the idea of being a chef is maybe quite glamorous. This show is proof. Top Chef is proof. It is not glamorous.
It is not. I mean, like the facade is glamorous, right? Like, you know, you have a wonderful new building and like shiny things, and you know, people come and they say hi, but it's very hard work, and but I love it. Like, I would not. I also, you know, I'm thankful that I chose this post athletically.
Right.
Like, I think that, you know, it was a good choice to me, for me, and a good fit.
100%. And thank you for doing it, because your food is amazing. You cook with your heart and your soul. And that's what I think is so great. I mean, that we're really shining a spotlight of who you are. And we want to eat your food, you know, after getting to know you here. But just like everybody else that was watching, now we want to eat what you're going to prepare, because it's a part of you.
Yeah, that's how I cook. I cook from my soul. I cook from my ancestors. And like, it's all love in there, and like, and people are like, what does that mean? I'm like, it kind of means that like I put everything that I have into it, you know, and you know, because I want to meet your need, and your need is to be cared for, but it's a basic need of also eating good food. But why not eat a soul satisfying meal?
Yeah, it's well put. Well, listen, later on in today's show, you're going to actually create a dish for us to try and taste, and also we want an update on the restaurant plans, because we know that's coming this fall.
It's coming. It's coming this fall.
Okay. Also, an event that is happening will give us. You'll give us the details on that event.
For sure.
Okay, great. We will see you just a bit in the kitchen.
All right, sounds good. Well, summer season is in full swing, of course, on the island in Galveston, and this week is the perfect time to check out Pleasure Pier as they're celebrating, I cannot believe this, their 10-year anniversary with events and discounts.
Yeah, so we sent our brand new Houston Life team member Mel Camp to the pier to see it for the very first time. Mel, I mean, you're like a fish in water down there.
Or a turtle in water? Is that a thing? I found a turtle, guy. I don't think I've ever ridden a turtle before in my life until now. So yeah, absolutely amazing. So much fun here, of course, heading into the Juneteenth holiday weekend. You guys are celebrating something huge. Joe is the general manager here at Pleasure Island. And you guys, happy birthday.
So this is the 10-year anniversary of the Pleasure Pier. We're running $10 ride discounts on our ride wristbands, $10 admission specials, $10 specials in our retail stores, and $10 food and beverage combos in our food stands.
Oh my god.
So a bunch of deals going on for the holiday.
This is good. Wait, if you got the $10 deals, next year it's going to be $11 deals. So you want to get down here this year, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. I love the deal where you get $10 off all the rides, because that means you can just literally ride around on this turtle all day.
Absolutely.
This is your favorite one, isn't it?
We're in Galveston. You have to go with the turtle.
It is so cool. Okay, Joe, what other things must I do here?
Well, you should absolutely check out some of our other rides.
Okay,
We've got
I see them
midway
over there.
games.
Yeah.
We've got food. So
Okay.
I mean,
Do you
you're at the
think
beach. You have to
we
have a
can
funnel cake.
Do it all? Funnel cake? Oh wait, you said funnel cake. Okay, I'm gonna go find funnel cake, and we will be back. Oh wait, I don't think I had my seatbelt on. Meg, stop the ride. All right, we're gonna get some funnel cake, and we will be back. And just, can you take me, Joe?
Absolutely.
All
Let's
right,
go get some funnel cake.
This is fun.
Mel, never step off a moving sea turtle.
Very dangerous.
Careful. All right, we'll see you in just a bit.
Well, still to come, she sold over 6 million albums and 10 million singles worldwide. Singer-songwriter Colby Calais is sharing details about her latest tour that's coming to Houston next week.
And Lauren Kelly is standing by with a few wedding hairstyle tips. Lauren.
All right, you guys, coming up, celebrity hairstylist and Houstonian Joseph Maine is joining us, and he's got some great ideas for wedding guest hair, just in time for wedding season. That's when Houston Life returns. If you don't already know his name, you have most definitely seen his work on some of the biggest names in Hollywood, but he called Houston home first. Joseph Maine is a celebrity, editorial, and red carpet hairstylist for celebrities like Kate McKinnon, Katie Holmes, Sophia Bush, Jennifer Aniston. I mean, the list goes on and on. Named Best Hair Protege by Allure magazine, Joseph is joining us today to chat about a few wedding hairstyles that your guests can simply try before the big day. I explained to you that I'm getting married, but we're not talking about bridal hair today. That's another animal. Let's talk about guest wedding hair they can easily do at home.
Exactly. It can be so taxing to try to think about how you're going to style your hair. You don't want to spend the whole day getting ready. You want to enjoy the event. And so I have some great tips for you guys today on how you can do your style and make sure that it lasts. So the first look is really great, and everybody can do a ponytail at home.
Okay.
But we've made this ponytail extra special. So it starts with the prep work. So anytime you're doing, especially these sleek styles, because Isabel here has extremely big curly hair. You wouldn't know it.
I don't believe you. I do not believe that.
It starts with the prep work. So even when you do a simple ponytail, you want to use a product that's going to repel the humidity and help it keep sleek all day and all night. So I use the Color Wow's Dream Coat all throughout her hair, and I blow dried it in and then just went over it with a flat iron to just lock it in.
So that goes on when wet or damp. Okay.
Yeah, so you want to blow dry it in, and this, especially for Houston, is just an unbelievable product. It sells out every summer, and it's going to make sure, because you know, once you start dancing, your hair gets a little wet, you start getting those frizzies, the back of your neck. It's terrible. So use this product first before securing your ponytail, and then the rest is really easy. I got these great little pearls just from Michael's, which have adhesive already on them. They stick onto your hair really easily, and they'll stay. You can even use a little lash glue if you're worried about them coming out, and just pop them all over your ponytail.
What a great idea, because if you're buying hair accessories like that, you'd have to buy a tremendous amount, but that looks like something super simple and very affordable that you can easily find.
And it just elevates a simple style and gives you that kind of wedding finish. There's also a great little wedding, little pearl rope that I wrapped around her ponytail.
Okay,
simple.
okay, that's nice. I love it. The ponytail looks great. Everybody loves a good ponytail. But this is definitely what I want to know how. The glamorous waves, right?
This is the style that everybody wants to achieve, and it looks great as a wedding guest or even if you're getting married. And people are really intimidated by this, but I'll show you how simple it is. In the back of her hair, you can see here that I just made ringlet curls. So I use the Mood Interchangeable Iron by Trademark Beauty. This is amazing. It's actually 3 irons in one. So
Two questions, Joseph.
Yes.
Number one, are you gonna, okay, you do tighten it up. What's the barrel inch on this?
This is 1 inch, which anytime you're really brushing waves, I suggest doing 1 inch. So, and then allowing the hair to cool.
Okay.
So after you make these ringlets all around your head, you just want it to really cool down, and then you can brush it. And when you brush it, it brings it into that really uniform wave.
See, that's where I'm wrong with the waves. I'm so afraid to brush mine because when I ringlet curl it, I make it last throughout the whole day. But I'm afraid since my hair is curly and frizzy, that it's not going to brush out like this.
So everybody is, but if you spend the time to prep your hair, you smooth it out first using Dream Coat. You go back through, you use a really tight 1 inch iron and allow it to cool, because while the hair is hot, it's still malleable. So once it cools, it's going to lock in that shape. And then I go through with a few clips because you want to remind this hair that it's all part of one. You don't want it to separate into ringlets throughout. And then I always hit it with, this is Color Wow Shine Spray. It's amazing. But it gives you that really red carpet finish. And then after you give the hair some time to cool into place, you hit it with some hairspray, let it set that way for a couple hours, you pop your clips out, and you'll be good to go.
I love this look so much, and the trick is really getting it to last throughout the evening, and I think with the extra finishing spray, that's really the final touch.
It's the key.
Okay, cool. And what do we have here on Miss Taylor?
So this is one of the most popular looks. This is one of those Pinterestable looks, those kind of like easy updos, and this was really simple. So I did one side for you guys already. Essentially, this was just 2 pigtail braids on really textured hair. I took one of the braided pigtails, I wrapped it around this one, and I pinned it in. So with the other one, I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take this braid over here. There's a little hole where her ponytail is sticking out. And I'm just gonna tuck the end in through that hole. Once it goes in, I'm just going to secure it with some pins, and you get this really nice wrapped up.
That's beautiful. And you know what? I think a lot of people are overwhelmed when it comes to making any kind of braid, but with the simple braid, you can even pull it out a little bit to give it that extra kind of boheme look. Is that true?
If you have textured hair or you pull out the braid, it gives you kind of this tousled look where it's not so serious. You don't have to be so perfect with it. And there's a number of great updos you can create like this by just taking braids and making little knots in the hair, or doing a cluster of little buns. Everyone knows how to do a bun. You could do 3 or 4 at the bottom of your hair. Add some great little hair accessories. I use flowers today, and voila, it'll stay all night.
Here's my question. For a look like this, if you have kind of a thinner hair and you need it to stay up and last, is bobby pins the key?
So bobby pins are the key. I think not overdoing it with bobby pins. If you kind of weave them in as you put them in instead of, and also a great trick is a lot of people go up and down with bobby pins. If you go upward, they can fall out. If you put them from the top, the hair will fall out. So you really want to weave in from the sides, and then also doing things like I've done with the ponytail bases gives you a nice strong base, because if all this hair was loose, you're pinning into hair that can move, where this is 2 ponytails. So if you do a couple of ponytails or knots first, when you pin, they're not going anywhere because they're in a really nice base.
I love this. I don't even think that I could pick a favorite because I want to use all of them. Thank you so much for all of these inspirations. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I need some of that sleek and shine spray.
It's going home with you. Don't worry. For your wedding, you've got to have it.
Thank you. Well, to connect with Joseph, head to our website right now at HoustonLife.tv.
Well, Lauren, thank you so much. I know how it feels when you're with Joseph, because I'm like, oh, I need that. I need that. I love those pearls on the back.
The stick-on pearls.
Life-changing. I know. So awesome. All right, if you'd like to get a hold of the hair care products and tools Joseph featured today, you can use promo code HoustonLife for 20% off site-wide at shoptrademarkbeauty.com. The code is available for 48 hours starting now through June 15th. Happy wedding season, y'all.
Okay, I can hear the bells now. Still ahead on Houston Life, we are in the kitchen with former Olympian turned chef Dawn Burrell.
That is right. Plus, Lauren is back with pop star Colby Calais. That's coming up when Houston Life returns. Oh my gosh, we're just having a Backstreet.
We're talking about the Backstreet Boys because they're coming in concert tomorrow.
We're figuring out ways to get there.
I think tickets are still available.
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe.
I hope so, because I'd like to go. Welcome back to Houston. Is this you telling me to move on? Courtney and Derek back with you at 3:30. It's Monday. It's coffee talk. We're talking Backstreet Boys.
It's just a
BSB.
Okay. Well, we'll get to more of that later. But first, why don't we check in with Brandon, Christine, and Frank for a look at what's coming up on the news at 4 o'clock. Backstreet's back. All right.
All right.
I'm verklempt.
I hope you guys had a great weekend.
I know.
Boy, yeah, exactly. Whew. Warm, toasty.
Yep.
To say the least, Frank.
Did you plan a pool party?
If I had a pool.
Okay.
I need to find
Frank,
more
did
friends
you
with
plan
a
a pool
pool.
party?
No, but there were 3 or 4 of us in it, so.
Right, exactly.
There we
It kind
go.
of became a pool
We
party.
saw your pictures on the Facebook over the weekend.
I had a busy Saturday
Yeah.
down in Galveston. It was so much fun, but it was hot. Let's talk about that. Heat advisories all over the country, but not for us, but only because the humidity isn't as high for most of us today. So we got these temperatures that are up in the upper 90s, but the humidity and the dew points are lower. Why? Because of the dusty, dry air that is in place. And so consequently, it's going to be unhealthy all week for sensitive groups. Any upper respiratory problems, really take caution. I've had a lot of people tell me their eyes are itching, their throat is a little rough, and that's the reason. You could just hardly see the buildings. It's all about that dust, and we've had more of it is on the way this week. So look at these temperatures. Galveston's 92. We have 99 in Houston, 98, 100 in Cleveland. The feels like number in Galveston is 107. It's up there. But for most of us, 99, 100, 98, the actual temperature is about what we're seeing as far as it feels like. So that's, I guess, some help. But it is hot. That dry air is easy to heat, and that's exactly what we're going to continue to do. So make sure Juju has lots of water in the bowl, that's for sure. Here's the SAHARAN Dust Futurecast, and you'll notice as I'm going to put a pause point right there on Wednesday. Look at that. Another big slug of dust into Wednesday and Thursday. So that will take us right into the weekend. It's going to continue to be on the warm side. 98. I'm just going to rubber stamp it. Records are 100, 102. Feels like numbers not too much above the 98, 100, 102. So we may not, for that reason, end up with heat advisories, but I can advise you right now, it's hot and it's going to stay hot the next 10 days. I'll have more at 4.
Thank you, Frank. We'll see you then. Busy afternoon in the newsroom. We'll look at some of the stories we are working on this afternoon. First, we do continue to follow up on a tragic story from East Harris County. A 7-year-old boy dead, the innocent victim of a drive-by shooting. He was inside his home when a bullet pierced through the wall and struck him, who investigators are looking for, and the motive behind this shooting.
Plus, many families are feeling the effects of the surge in inflation. Just about everything is more expensive these days. Now, as families prepare for summer vacations, what you need to know about getting into too much debt. We'll have some pointers on how to have fun and stay within your budget.
Just to poke the bear, since we're talking about expensive stuff, we all know that we've been paying too much for gasoline. The prices have skyrocketed, but one gas station had long lines of drivers waiting to fill up, and well, that's because of a mistake on the price at the pump. How cheap it got until the problem was fixed, and I guess how long it took for them to fix that problem.
Oh, bummer. Well, for the folks that were able to get the gas, good for them.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I wasn't in that line today.
No.
I was looking at, I had to fill up today too, and I felt like I was at an auction waiting to see how high that was going to go.
Oh, no. Triple digits.
I just
for a
gave
lot
up.
of
I didn't
people.
go all the
Yeah.
way, so.
I no longer fill all the way because I just can't deal with the public
No.
embarrassment of me crying out.
Hugging the pump. Okay.
Oh, look, that's the guy from Channel 2 hugging the gas pump over there. crying.
It is what it is. You know?
All right, guys, we'll see you at the top of the hour.
Well, earlier we took our viewers down to the Pleasure Pier in Galveston, where they've just hit a huge milestone. It's now 10 years old.
That is right. Congratulations. And to help celebrate the big anniversary with discounts and rides on food, plus a lineup of extra entertainment, Melanie Camp is live at the pier with the party details. Okay, we've changed locations. Where are you at now?
I am going all over the pier because I think that's what you have to do, especially with the deals that they have this week leading up to the Juneteenth weekend. You want to get here and celebrate their 10-year anniversary. There's $10 off, so many things and $10 specials. And you might win yourself a turtle. I did not win this turtle. I stole it, but I'll probably have to give it back. But you know what? Cynthia and Leah, you guys are visiting from Dallas. Yes, ma'am. And you won a whole lot. You won a bunch of toys. Yes. You've been on a bunch of rides. Yeah. What would you recommend to spend the whole day here?
Definitely try out the food. It's amazing. There's different kinds of foods. The games are fun. They're easy to play. Easy prices, can't beat that. And the rides are amazing. Definitely recommend the Texas Flyer. You can see the whole pier, and it's a really fantastic view.
So wait, so you do the Texas Flyer for the view?
Yes.
If I was on that, we've been watching it go, it might come fast. If I was up there in that little cart hanging upside down, my eyes would be closed. I
It's
wouldn't
all
be seeing.
adrenaline. It's all adrenaline. Just take it in and go with it. It's really fun. It's fun.
Okay. So just take it easy.
Yeah.
Go with the ride. Oh, there it goes. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay, I really don't think that I really don't think that I could do that. You're a braver woman than me. Leah, what do you like? What ride do you like the most? the one that shoots straight up. You guys are just a family of adrenaline junkies. Oh my gosh. So you must be working up an appetite. Time for dessert, do you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah? Because you know, if you come here to Pleasure Pier, one thing that you cannot leave without trying, and that is bring on the funnel cake. You know?
Yes. Oh yes.
Would you like to do the honors, Leah, and give us a taste test?
Try it.
What do you think?
It's good.
It's good. Leah gives it the thumbs up. Guys, do you want me to get you some and bring it back? I want to try this.
Of course. Absolutely.
My hands are full.
Wait, Mel, is this your first funnel cake? Oh, wow.
So good.
It's my second funnel cake.
Okay.
I may have had another one here today.
Good job.
Hey, I had no hands. I thought it was back to you guys.
It sounds good, Mel. It's a perfect day for it. And that little one, too, she looked like she was in a trance after tasting that funnel cake.
So
good stuff.
You know what that reminds? It's just summer. That's what funnel cakes remind me of.
Yeah,
Summer.
I like that. All right, still to come on Houston Life. Just in time for the holiday weekend, Chef Dawn Burrell is sharing one of her favorite recipes to honor Juneteenth.
And we're going to check back in with Lauren Kelly, who's got the scoop on a Grammy artist heading to Houston next week. Hey, girl.
Live music, who's excited? Two-time Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Colby Kelly is stopping in H-Town next week, and I am chatting with her all about what fans can expect from her new tour. Houston Life will be right back. Welcome back to Houston Live. Well, fans will definitely know pop star Colby Kelly from her many radio hits, including the song Bubbly, Fallin' For You, and her duet Lucky with Jason Mraz. Well, I got to catch up with Colby all about her latest tour. That includes a stop right here in Houston next week.
Man, it starts in my toes, makes me crinkle my nose. Wherever it goes, I always know that you make me smile. Please stay for a while now, just take your time wherever you go.
June 21st, you are back at the Cullen Performance Hall, and we're so excited because it's just so great for you to get back on the road in front of fans, right?
It is. And I mean, for this to be the 15-year anniversary of my first album and getting to be out on tour, I mean, I've played some shows here and there the past couple of years, but like this is a tour, and I get to be on the bus with my band and see my like big audiences every night. Like I'm so excited about it, and a little nervous. I've been practicing every day because I had to relearn a lot of these songs, you know, and I'm like, how did I forget to play these songs on the guitar? Like, how is it gone? And so I'm like relearning, like, I don't know, it's really funny. But I'm so looking forward to it.
The song Bubbly is 15 years old, and I can't believe that song is one of the biggest songs of all time. I know every single lyric to that song. So if you need someone to come help you, totally kidding. No, but I can't believe that song is 15 years old.
I know, it's a trip. I mean, just to know that when people come up and tell me like they grew up listening to my music and they seem to look somewhere around my age, I'm like, but yeah, I feel like that they were 5 and now they're 20 something, you know. It's really cool, but to know that people are going to be singing along, and if you want to come up on stage and sing, you are welcome to.
You know, over the years, you've worked with some of the biggest names in music. You've done John Mayer and Sheryl Crow. You've worked with Taylor Swift and Jason Mraz. Is there anybody else that's still on that list of people, Colby, that you want to work with?
I love Coldplay, like Chris Martin doing incredible. You know that band, Circuses, they're really fun. And then a bunch of country artists, like I love Cody Johnson. I want him to sing on my new album, like that kind of stuff.
Hey, you know what? Cody Johnson is from Houston. I think we can do a Kojo, Colby. We can make it happen, girlfriend. We'll do it.
I would die. That would be amazing.
Colby Kelly, it was a pleasure talking with you. I will work on the Kojo, the Cody Johnson, and Coldplay kind of duet for you. I think that the CO, the Colby, Coldplay, and Kojo, it just works, right?
I appreciate that.
Have a great day, and we can't wait to see you in Houston.
Okay, bye.
Hey, you know what else works really well? Courtney with the CO.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Lauren, I love the way you think.
I'm on it. I'm just constantly thinking of ways for her to duet. Always a Houston connection, and now she has two with you and Kojo.
Well, I'll just sit and look at her and listen to her sing.
Doesn't she just look the exact same?
Exact same.
And 2007.
That is crazy.
Yeah. She
I like
burst
the
onto
Cody
the scene.
Johnson, the
Yeah,
Kojo.
it's a really good, I think that's a really good duet recommendation for her, Chris Martin of Coldplay. The one thing that I did drop the ball on you guys, her main song was Bubbly. I forgot to bring us some Bubbly today.
Oh, man.
Sorry. Very sorry.
You really dropped the ball now.
Hey, a link to those tickets for Colby Calais, her big show next Tuesday, is up at HoustonLife.tv.
And a great venue, too, to see her.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Cullen Performance Hall, yeah.
Thanks, Lauren.
Sure.
Coming up, Olympian turned chef Dawn Burrell is sharing an easy recipe to help us all celebrate Juneteenth at home. She's in the kitchen.
There she is. We are so glad to have Dawn back on Houston Life. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're getting together with family and friends to commemorate Juneteenth and maybe you need a little help with the menu, chef and partner at the upcoming late August restaurant, Dawn Burrell, can help.
And she is back with an easy recipe to honor the special holiday and one she'll be serving at her annual culinary celebration of Juneteenth. Good to see you back in the kitchen.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure also to share this recipe with you guys and to help you help me celebrate Juneteenth.
Yeah, well, happy Juneteenth. And tell us a little bit about the recipe and why you specifically chose this one.
Well, first of all, watermelon is a wonderful summer fruit, right? And so, like, I love making salads and savory expressions with it. I grill it sometimes or whatever, but it is truly meaningful for Juneteenth because it is a staple of the holiday. It kind of represents like some of the bloodshed and during that time period before people knew they were free.
Okay.
Wow. Yes.
And this inspiration, I will say, your plate looks delicious. This is basically a no-cook dish, right?
Yes. Yes, with the exception of the shito, if you choose to make it. But there are some prepared versions as well.
And the shito, for people who are unfamiliar, this is
a shito is a Ghanaian chili paste that also has dried fish in it, a little bit of tomato, Scotch bonnet peppers, and some onions, and it's cooked down and then pureed.
So a little heat there.
A little bit of heat.
With the sweetness of the watermelon.
Yes,
okay, well, let's get to the details of this dish. You're going to put it together because, again, this is one of your favorite dishes that you're excited about and will be featured at your event as well.
Well, a rendition of this dish will definitely be at the event, but I'm using it just as a pure celebration. You know, collard greens are essential to the African American and Southern cuisine, and watermelon is a part of the holiday. So I just kind of fuse both of them together.
Okay, perfect. And Dawn, you're going to put us to work. Can I just point out how beautiful this dish looks? Because it's one thing to create something that tastes really good. It's another thing to create a dish that looks very appetizing, and you have done it there, Dawn.
Well,
so
thank you.
I'm happy that you're trusting Courtney and me to try to put this together. It's advanced, but we can do it. So where do we begin?
I know you can. All right. So I broke down some watermelon for you in some nice pieces. I like to use the hearts. And so what you're going to do, I'm left-handed, sorry. So let me just do that. What you're going to do is just cut it up organically in small pieces, enough to fit on the
Too big?
No,
we went this way?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just.
Oh, you want it in it. Okay, I thought you meant little chunks.
So you organically, like irregular shapes, maybe?
Yeah, irregular shapes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You're
well,
fine.
all right. I should have listened.
It's okay.
Okay.
There you go. We
There
have
we go.
watermelon cut. You put that right in the bowl.
Okay.
Put that down there for
Perfect.
you. And maybe cut a little bit more since I'm making a salad for both of you guys. And while you're doing that, I'm going to break down these collards. Now, collards are great for salad. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Oop.
You're good. They're great for salads, but you have to kind of break them down a little bit. Super nutritious. What you're going to do is just toss them with olive oil and some salt and lemon juice and get these guys going.
And you're doing this by hand, Chef. That's because you can more evenly coat
Yes,
the
and
greens?
you kind of also want to break it up a little bit. You kind of want to smash the greens a little because these are rigid greens. They're winter greens. And you want them just to kind of absorb the oil, the olive oil and the lemon juice and become like different texturally.
Oh, interesting. And does the lemon help it break down the acidity
the lemon, olive oil, all three things help it break down.
Okay.
So, and then I let them sit for a little bit and they look like this.
Would you leave them out or refrigerate it while it sits?
They only need to sit for 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah. Next, you're going to cut these up.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are little tomatoes. They're so cute. I got them from the farmer's market. And you're just going to cut a few of these guys, take off the top.
Okay.
And those are like tiny grape tomatoes. Can viewers use any kind of tomato?
Yeah, so they can also use anything from the farmer's market or the grocery store that's kind of small. You can also cut up large tomatoes, salad tomatoes, anything that you want.
So
I just find them
beautiful.
so cute, and they're just a huge pop of flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to use my shito. I'm going to make a vinaigrette out of it, actually. I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice in here.
Where can we get that?
So you can find this chili paste at any African store.
Okay.
And it's normally in the refrigerated section.
Ah, okay.
And what kind of consistency are you going for here?
So it's more so making sure that it's like a vinaigrette,
Okay.
but you definitely want something that will fall off the spoon, kind of like a salad dressing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little thicker.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
bit thicker. And then
It smells lovely.
just gonna toss your watermelon in there, and then just get it all flavored. Maybe a little bit more lemon juice.
And while you're putting this together, Chef, tell us a little bit more about the Juneteenth Jubilee. So this is back.
Juneteenth Jubilee is back. It was a wonderful celebration last year. I had some of my fellow Top Chef contestants with me, but this year I have the wonderful Maria Russell coming to cook with me, and she is a Michelin star decorated chef. I believe she's the only black female chef that has a Michelin star.
Fantastic.
But she's gonna come and cook, and we're gonna cook. This is a little bit of mascarpone that I'm just spreading here. This imparts richness into the dish, just, you know, because who doesn't like
Right, a little added oomph there.
and a little added oomph. Yeah. So we are having our Juneteenth dinner on June 17th, and we hope that you all can make it. And what we're doing is we're celebrating. It's a culinary celebration. It is truly Southern food that is elevated and meaningful to the culture. And what we're trying to do is make it a thing where you know, Southern food will belong on any stage, and so why not bring about a celebration in a fine 5-course dinner?
That is fantastic. And the event doesn't just celebrate black chefs, it's also black farmers, the whole community of
Yes.
people, the pipeline of people it takes to get the food from the farm to your plate.
Exactly. And you know, black farmers and also black, you know, people who will support us in our endeavors, and something like bringing about awareness to a holiday such as Juneteenth.
It is
So it
fantastic.
could just, you know, I am community oriented, but I love all cultures. So yeah, anybody who wants to celebrate with me.
And we
That's
can't
it.
wait to celebrate with you for this meal, and then also your opening of your restaurant coming
Yes.
later this year.
Yes, so we have a late August opening very soon, later this year. And what we're going to do, here we go. And I have another one here.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank
Let me finish with a
you.
little bit of salt.
All right.
Boom.
Boom.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
It's
I
so
think you need a
colorful.
little bit more shito.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Going in.
here we go.
Very good.
Thank you. So late
love the
August
heat.
will be open in September, and that's our target date, and we're really excited. I know the city's waiting for us, and we're ready to serve you guys.
It's a labor of love. We can't wait
Yes.
for you all to open. The sweetness and the spice is just the right combo. Taste it for yourself. For a link to grab your tickets for the Juneteenth Jubilee, you can visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section. Chef Dawn Burrell, it's always great to see you.
It's great
Thank
to see
you.
you too.
This is delicious.
I love being here. Thank you for having me.
It's so good. Thanks for
Appreciate
coming
it.
by.
We do
Yeah.
appreciate it. Good to see you. And after the break, a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show, including some fashion inspiration for the dads in your life.
We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on Houston Life, we're celebrating Father's Day early with a special makeover for some deserving dads. How to help dad step up his style game.
Okay, that's going to be fun. Plus, get ready to dance, Courtney. We'll be joined by the local contestants representing Houston on the national stage in NBC's newest competition show, Dancing with Myself. Have you seen clips from this show?
I love it.
Shakira and the gang?
I love it. I'm more like Elaine on Seinfeld, though.
Wow.
No, I'm not.
That
I'm a
was
cool
a
mom.
very, very good impression.
You know, I'm at the age now where, like, I think I can dance, but I can't. You know
I've seen you dance, and that is a totally true statement.
You're horrible.
I'm kidding.
Hey.
I'm kidding. Wow, that was fun. Happy Monday, everyone. Daytona and Derek signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you later.
Wow. Oh, yeah, go Christine.
You know what? As long as you're having fun, Courtney, it doesn't matter. Dance like no one's watching. Isn't that what they say?
That is true, but I usually dance dancing with myself, of course, behind closed doors so no one can.
I feel like
he's singing.
A good drop it low could work at any point.
Oh, yeah, but that hurts now. It doesn't land the same way it used to 10, 15 years ago. It's great to see you two. Way to have us start a great week of shows already.
So fun. Listen, we could drop it. It's just getting up is the problem.
That's the problem.
Little WD-40 takes you everywhere you need to be.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening.
Thanks, you too.